Thank you, guys. So my name is George, and I'm gonna just share about what my company does, and I'm the founder for 24/7 Pro, and is the engineer still here? But I think what you talk about is just awesome. That's exactly what I need for the next thing. But so let me share a little bit of who I am. I'm a Cal Poly grad, and um, my father has been in construction for his whole life, and I was an engineer, and I started helping my father building software for our family construction business. And then fast forward, and like we have now, a few thousand contractors using our platform. They use it for doing, uh, estimating, project management, etc. And then we are leaping forward into more like a marketplace, and that I'm going to share a little bit. I only have a few slides, but the whole purpose of it, I like to kind of maybe just share what we do. We have platform. We have three group of users. The one is the contractor, which is we call that the pros, the professional, and the second group is the homeowners. The third one will be the vendor, like material vendors. So we have three group of users. Um, so I kind of be a very early part of my project, and I learned from Jeff Bezos, and I think Jeff Bezos, Amazon founder, and he always, I think at one point of time he mentioned a lot, like there's a lot of people ask, like, what is going to be changed, in the next year or next couple of years, right? But he actually really mentioned about, well, I would rather want the people ask what is not changed for the next 10 years. So I really took on that and think about my business model. So I'm focusing on a few things on this industry, construction remodeling industry where that we are in, is number one, look at like, okay, so well, if it fast forward 10 years from now, like what the contractors still need to use to actually for their business. So I'm thinking about maybe a tools, an estimating tool that they would help them to do it faster, easier, and also help them to actually close more sales. So that the number one, I would call that is a pain point, right? The number two is, like general contractor, subcontractor, and they need to work together for a job. So meaning that there's a lot of networking among contractors, and also maybe homeowner to contractors. There's a lot of networking also. We call it, the lead connection. So GC, general contractor, look for subcontractor. Subcontractor need to depend on that general contractor, etc. So that's another main point there as well. And number three, of course, like all the construction company, they would actually need some kind of rental services, like a dumpster rental, tools rental. So we're looking at the industry and maybe all these three things is big enough, any of them by itself, but also all three of them together also it covers really a major part of the demand, not for tomorrow and not for the next year, but actually, and this is going to be 4 years, there won't be any changes on that. So based on that, and then you can see our product line, we a few years back, 6 to 8 years back, and I just started helping my father. And after I graduated from Cal Poly, and I started working at Cisco many years ago. And then my father asked me, "Oh, you know what? I don't know English. Need to help me out, right?" I'm like, "Sure." Then start helping his business. I have a gigantic template which is doing the estimate. Like I literally have a 300 template Excel and Word, and I create estimating and very detailed. And if you are in the industry, you know that if the very detailed proposal is going to help the contractor close sales. So what happened is the competitor is they only have like one page, and you do the kitchen remodel. All right, so it's going to be X amount of dollar, right? It's one piece of paper, and then you're done. But the tools that I created, from Excel and worksheet, and have a very detailed, so it's very easy to actually close sales. Then what I did is like, well, this is super boring. Then I actually create a SaaS software, which is 20% Pro. That's where that we start, is the estimating software. Before I need to use 2-3 hours to create detailed estimate. Now I only need 10 minutes. So we actually start from there. Later we have like project management, change order, invoice, work order, etc., and task management, time card, etc. So we have been growing this part of the SaaS. And then next opportunity come is like, remember how the GC need to connect with subcontractor? So we brought this one along, and now we have, we offer a lot of free service over here. This is for us, it's more like a lead generation. not only for the contractor, but also for us as well. And then now fast forward, we just opened up a second branch in Haywood, which is doing dumpster rental services. So then it's a dirty business, but we love it. And then it actually gives us a pretty good cash flow on that. So part of this slides that I want to talk about is like, like we as a SaaS, including, my investor, Joe Chen from Yan Yan Wang, or Social Refi and the founder. And we all talk about like, with the AI, I think all the traditional SaaS will be gone. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, so it's actually going to be like fast forward maybe 5 years from now, I think the SaaS will be having a hard time. So we all like, we all need to think about, so what can we do with the AIs? We start from the estimator, and before we go through the template, I literally invented for the industry. And kitchen remodel, for example, we have about 22 questions. Go through that, 10 minutes, boom, you have it. But with the AI, we might be even do it better and faster. So what we do, let's say, for example, we have like a simple interface where a kitchen remodel, like I need to do an estimate for kitchen remodel, is 150 square feet. And I have how many recessed line, I want a quartz countertop, and want to replace all the cabinet, and I'm not going to do anything to the window, etc. You just use a natural language to do it. And then now the language model is better. With this one, we want to actually make it happen. You take a video of that. But this one is getting harder to do. We have that part right now. And you give that information, and hopefully when the AI capability is able to, I should say cheaper, right? For us to able to read the video, read the image, to be able to tell me how big is the area that we are dealing about. So we have all those numbers. And the next thing is going to happen. This is already happening is we have this template over here is, for example, like a kitchen cabinet. So you can check out all the stuff you want to check. We already have all the pricing in our database already. And then the next thing is boom, like literally before it's 10 minutes. Hopefully now we can actually do it in maybe 20 seconds. So that's the goal that we want to do. We have a very nice, good looking. If we only go back and modify the AI produced to you, you can go back to the screen. You can do that as well. So that's what we do as the SaaS software. And we want to make it AI. So I believe that is the future of it. The good thing is about it, we're hoping that, this database continue feeding back to the AI model, and then we'll basically continue to actually improve that accuracy of the estimate. So that's the SaaS. That's what we're doing, for the AI solutions. The second part is because we are involving the dumpster rental business. So my partner, so he actually literally in the morning, 6 a.m. What we do, he get up in the morning is like all the order come from yesterday or the other day. He will just sit in front of a computer. What we're doing is actually do the schedule, all the routing of the trucks. So we have about 7 or 8 trucks always on the road. Each morning, like we go all the way up to the north of the bay, which is San Francisco and Oakland, and also the base in San Jose. And we need to know like which truck is going to reach route, and then take care of drop off and picked up. And that's what he do at 6 a.m. in the morning. So if we put an AI over it, that would be really awesome, right? So AI would look at, well, is how many pickup, how many drop off, what is the path of all that. Now you have a different size of the dumpster, and if the human can do, suppose the AI can do, and we already did a beta version of that. It worked really nice. So what we did is with that, instead of a human actually working on the scheduling, boom, and then you just have an AI to do that. Now that would actually really help us right now. Like this person doing this thing, this scheduling is actually improve the operation efficiency at least about like a 15%, which is really where the profit come from. Imagine this. So if we continue to grow our company, this won't be scalable if we only rely on 1 or 2% in the company able to do the scheduling. So this AI is going to really give us a good help when we actually try to grow our business. So that's the second AI solution for that. And that's the two of our focus right now. And our current status, we do about 3 million, and then so we are profitable. And what we're looking for is we really want to actually grow this business. Mainly, we actually really want to open up more location in California. And So each location is actually give up quite a bit of the cash flow. So if we're looking for like maybe a $5 million fundraising, just so that we can actually make the operation faster. So that kind of the most simple pitch on that. Let me see anything else. Oh, this we just like I'm Cal Poly grad, so I think my partner Charter, his I met him like many years ago. His wife actually going for a PhD in Stanford. So I met him and he started working for him, become my co-founder. And then so now all our teams except me and Charlie, we're in US. Actually our admin, our HR in US. The rest of the people were in Turkey, Pakistan, Iran, and Philippines. So like we're all around the world. That's our small team there. And so for me, like I did a few things in the past, like I have dating site very early when I was younger. And I actually did a founder bow in China before the pandemic. I actually took the whole MLS system into China. So if you look at my Chinese name, Ni Hai Yong, I think you're going to find something about me. But I'm really not very good with the social media. Like, I think 2025 will be, I think I'll talk about that subject is I think if I'm doing contractor, remodeling, dumpster business, a lot many people that embracing technology as well as having the really dirty background like I have. I think that would be a really a catching point. Hopefully I can actually make some noise there. So I love to do stuff, and I think my dream is always use the technology to do something for the industry, being a role model for my kid. That's all my motivation behind this. But besides I doing tech stuff, so I actually also run a construction company still, and I actually run a real estate investment company. And real estate investment is where really the money bring food on the table, kind of. So yeah, so if you guys are interested on the industry and like to really grow together, I'm welcome. Thank you. Yeah. 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 This is a typical, I think you heard about it's a model called like brick and click or like brick and mouse. I think that's a typical model. Like we have very traditional business, but also like have a high tech behind it. So it's very stable. Like a high tech is it's a hit and miss 95%, right? 95%. But I think this one, we have a solid background of the real operation behind it. But it happened to be my background, have a technology. So I think the technology would actually really kind of infuse the speed of the growing much faster. So yeah, and thank you. Yes, that was actually when I graduated. I sold it in 2000. I graduated in 1997. So I just sold it, like, and that's another thing. Like, in fact, that the only time that charge is the Match.com. Actually, before that, eHarmony was not even on the market. Yeah. So actually, I literally like we're a bunch of kids. Like I have a few founder and I mean co-founder, and I can share some experience on that when I was younger. Like if anybody you saying that I want to found a company, like all your friends gonna yes, I want to be part of it. But if you want to sacrifice all your weekends, then people are gonna say, you know what, I don't like it. I think that's part of the experience. So at that moment, some of my founder kind of like, like it, this is not for me. Then I've decided, you know what, maybe we just sell it. So so we actually sold it on that. We make some money, so I love to retire. You mean? Oh my God, that was exciting. I think Jeff, the old day on. Do you remember like American Online? Right? And and then there's a chat room there. So we pretend we go in the chat room, we have all the log, and then we actually script it, and then we actually do emailing, spamming. We actually have a crazy amount of growth. And the only reason I'm joining, like after I graduated from Cal Poly, I was working with Cisco, and I really wanted to do a startup. And then I really want to do it. I want to sell something online, which is something expensive, something small, right? I thought of. Then you know what I thought of is cosmetic. But then I realized it, oh my God, you actually need to be a dealer to sell that. You can't just sell cosmetic. So I'm like, I don't have time, I don't have money, right? I'm like, something caught my mind, like, look, in the US, if you're not divorced, you're not normal, statistically, right? Because more than 50% of people divorce. I'm like, my goodness, then all of you in a lifetime, you more than 50% of the chances you become my product. Then I create girlfriends.com before I even have my girlfriend. But it's actually really good. It's a lot. By the time I sold it, probably it's not a million. It's like it's close to I think 700, 800. But of course, people come and go, right? I mean, they don't have to be active all the time. But it's an amazing story. The people, couples in a different age group. I think I would say like older age group, they always write us a letter. They thank us or for what we do for them. And yeah, so that was I think yeah, that was a good experience. Yeah, so I yep. Yes. Yeah, I sold it to a Europe company, a European company that domain no longer exists. So they just integrate our user into it and their website. I sold it to them. Um, yeah, because at that moment, like we don't know how to collect the money, how to give them the code, and both sides need to worry about it. So we went to an Expo company actually to do that. Um, yeah, we sold it to a European company. I forgot which kind. I literally forgot, but he didn't actually give me too much. He just like, oh, I want to buy this. And then I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sounds like all of them are in like developing countries like Iran, Pakistan, or are they all developers or? Well, most of them are developer, like from Turkey, Iran, and Pakistan, they have developer. Our operations is actually from Turkey and also from Philippines. We just don't have a choice, and we just need to survive. And we cannot like one person that we hire here is worth about 10% that I hire our over group, that. It's interesting that, yeah, I understand you have these operational developers. Yeah. Yeah. Why do you have to be you can probably do all of them in like one country? Yeah, it's just kind of my try and error. Like I'm still looking for other countries. It's just my personal knowledge on my my partner is from Turkey, so we start from Turkey, and I realized there's something good about Turkey and something bad about the talent from Turkey, and then start moving into Philippines, start moving into how we get in Iran is like people migrate from Iran into Turkey just to get job. So when they got the job and then they migrate back to the Iran and continue working with us, and then through there we connect with their friends so that we now start growing the Iranian team. Make sense? And then we still pay them, not through to Iran. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I think we don't have much overhead. We just deal with them directly. Yeah, it just it's there's a lot of vendor that out there that like do the HR. You pay them like a $50 per head count per month, and they would take care of all the government requirement. Um, yeah, in fact, it's actually the U.S. when you hire like a foreign worker to be independent worker and be honest, there's a lot of saving for the company. And actually, I've been always thinking about this is the biggest loophole in terms of, why I telling my kid, like, when you grow up and you want to become a UI designer, I mean, like, we can hire somebody for $500 around the world very, very easily. Why would I need to pay $5,000 for you a month, right? Um, I think one way it's a great very comparative for the business that you run in the US. If we can continue to do that, but the other way is I don't know how sustainable it is, for the US, literally the US workers, right? US employees. So, but we definitely benefit from it. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, when I read here his story, when you see this kind of line up, it's kind of very interesting. Reminded me of a guy who at the time you have this and friends, like good friends.com
Uh-huh.
and that guy have called ecompare.com.
E-compare.
Yeah, at the same time as you do.
Yeah.
And that thing doing reasonably well, but behind the guy sold the company, so he did not get sold. But when he built eCompare, he has a team like yours, like Russia and all these countries, like who willing to pay, get a little bit of pay, and then he got that guy is a Berkeley grad.
Yeah.
And afterwards, he went back to China. So in Sichuan.
Yeah.
And what he did is dating.
Oh.
Yeah, like what he did is he did a dating app is kind of like a B2B.
Yeah.
If you want, for example, have a dating app, which you want, for example, you want to lesbian.
Yeah.
And instantly you don't have that many people there. Right?
Yeah.
So what he can do is you basically subscribe to his service. So if you recruit one customer, you charge $19.
Yeah.
You only give him $1.
Uh-huh.
So what you do not do anything, you just do a UI.
Yeah.
Then he instantly give you 10 million, 10 million users. So then from there you can slice to see who is lesbian, who is like Catholic. You can do very specialized app, right?
Yeah.
He's doing well.
Yeah, I can imagine that maybe the AI, like if you put people profile into a vector, I would probably imagine that would be because every business, when internet come, every business can, redo it itself. I think the AI is like every business you can actually redo it itself. I can imagine that maybe a dating service would be a great product if somebody interested. Would be a great business model to have. Yeah. So yeah, so I guess we want to do more of the location. Right now, if you actually ever lead a big dumpster for your home remodel, for your construction projects, we have it. We cover the whole Bay Area, 40 yard, 30 yard, 20 yard, 10 yard. Yep, dirt and debris. Get it from the city. Not every city. That's a very good question. Some city have an exclusive. Like South San Francisco, they have exclusive where maybe like a local garbage company, but they're all private. So what happened is, like we were talking about, I wouldn't say it's a corruption, but it's definitely not beneficial to the homeowner. Usually, either the contractor or the homeowner pay a lot of money for that, at least 30 to 40% more. It's just a monopoly business. Yes. We did not know the price, but I thought was Fremont is one of the exclusive location. Yeah, Fremont is one of the exclusive location. So you have to talk to her. Huh? But do you have does Fremont have good price? Yeah, we do have a good price. Oh. But like you can call me literally for that. So there's some rule you cannot put it on the street, but you can put on the driveway. The driveway become your own properties, and they cannot say much about that. And also we have a solution for that. We have a grabber. So instead of we putting a dumpster on, you can have your contractor pile on your driveway with our grabber to come. We pick it up, we put it in our dumpster. That's one of our huge growth path on that. So we actually just preparing a few machine on that. So most people don't know, right? Most people correct. Don't know. City. That's how I did it. Correct. In Fremont, particular, even you call the other vendor, they cannot put it on the street for you in Fremont. But San Jose is wide open. San Francisco is wide open. Yes. So it's actually it's for the garbage recycling business. Actually, it's very monopoly. So I think I would say there's no Jewish people here, right? So I think the whole industry actually really pretty much monopolied by the Jewish people, and or the fund controlled by Jewish people, I should say. So this company actually going public on that. But I don't think it's too much about the dumpster rental service, but definitely the recycling center is super, yeah, it's controlled by single few hands of people or companies. Yeah. So so if you think about saving money, talk to me. Okay, thank you.